Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. We are the Mighty Guru Yogurt. Oh yes we are. There's no denying it. Anyway, I'm not going far today. I'm having a very lazy day because I can. So anyway, we're going for a little ride first of all around Millom, yes. And there were two reasons for this. First of all, I'm testing out a bit of a new setup here. I'd kind of assumed that I wouldn't be able to record audio while I was riding if I was wearing my open-faced helmet, which I do like to do on days like these. But it turns out that it has very little effect on the quality of sound at all. And so I'm basically out to test that a little bit more extensively than I already have. But I was very pleasantly surprised by it all. Because, as I say, I do like to be wearing the open face. It shows off my handsome visage to the world, amongst other things. I'm just popping in here to Tesco. Also, there's another advantage to it as well, which is that, I don't know about you, but I'm sometimes a little self-conscious about speaking in public, and often if I pull up somewhere to talk about it, what I will do is I will keep my helmet front down, because we've got these flip front helmets of course, so people can't actually see me talking to myself. But you know what, I thought I'd put myself in this position, so I do feel self-conscious about it, but I just need to become immune to it. I mean, these days most people are walking along the street talking to themselves and everybody assumes they're having a telephone call. Well, I don't think anybody's particularly interested in what I get up to anyway. Well, that's that. Here we are at Tesco. I've got a few bits to get. So this motorcycle is still here, CB125. It's been here about 5 or 6 weeks now. It's featured in 3 of my films already. I mentioned it firstly because somebody had stuck a post-it note on saying, buddy, your motorcycle chain needs oiling. Well, I think it probably needs replacing now. It really hasn't moved for about 6 weeks, and it's all locked up and stuff. And it's covered in cobwebs now, which is really quite sad. I wonder what's happened there. I'll ask in the shop actually, next time I'm in there. My mate Gary in the shop will know, won't you, Gary? I'm going to ask you next time, just so you know it's coming. Anyway, we're going for a little ride around Millom, and then I'll take you to an interesting little spot just on the edge of Millom. So there's a fairly big Tesco there. There's all kinds of other places, builders, merchants. There's 2 of them here apparently, and there's a big DIY place just round the corner. It's only a small town, and like a lot of small towns, it's suffering small town problems, underinvestment, deprivation. There's a bit of a drugs problem here because there ain't a lot of work for people, but nevertheless it's a pleasant enough place. It used, of course, to be a thriving mining town, but you know how that one goes. The mines have all closed down. The only work now really is retail, hospitality, or working in the builder's yard or Tesco. Or you could be a fireman in Millom. It does have its own fire station. I've never seen that before. I don't think I've been down this far. I've only lived here for I don't know, 2.5, nearly 3 years, I think. But I never really have much reason apart from going to Tesco to even come into town. I might occasionally meet up with my friend K-Dog for a beer, and we'll either go to a pub round the corner here, the Devon, or we'll go to the Workies, which is the working man's club, where they do very cheap beer, and they've got a pool table as well. Really then it's just your typical run-down little town. There's another one of the building suppliers there. And then down the bottom here you've got a little kind of park area. Never actually been up there either. Probably should one day. So yeah, usual typical boarded up buildings, no longer being used. Down this road is where the Devon is. That's a nice little pub. But you'll see, you know, the town is surrounded by hills. There are parts of Millom that you can actually see the old man of Coniston from. So it's not an ugly place by any stretch. And the people generally seem friendly. Unless it comes to any kind of an influx of asylum seekers. There was a huge outcry in the town recently when it was suggested that central government might be forcing the council to take on some asylum seekers, and it got a little bit out of hand, you know. There was graffiti daubed on the walls of houses that were potentially earmarked for being asylum seekers' houses. But it all seems to have blown over now. Oh, I've never been down here either. What have we got here? We've got the Metal Ring Company Limited and Tornado Wire. Oh, I don't know what they do. Probably a wire factory, hey? The clue's in the name. And I've very definitely not been down here before. So this is a journey of exploration for me too. Haha, I like those. And there's quite a few caravan sites in the area as well. A couple of campsites. So yeah, it has its attractions. And if you ever want to buy an ex-demo shed, this is your place, apparently. What I really ought to do is to just go out for a walk one day. Up and down all of these footpaths I've never been on. Get the Ordnance Survey map out and just go and have a proper explore on foot. But for now, I'm just having a ride around. There was a second reason for coming out today. I was just going to have a complete day off, do a bit of editing. I've got another film now that's ready for uploading. That's one that I filmed yesterday at the Wildlife Oasis Bike Night. That was really well worth going to. But the second reason for coming out is this. I decided that what I wanted to do was to film a few clips, which I then intend to turn into an introduction for all of my new films. And so once I've done this little tour of Millom, that's exactly what I'm going to do. There is, and you'll be getting glimpses of it just now, a very well appointed playground, which is very much apparently a shared space for the local kids and the local winos. Well, they've got to have somewhere to sit. Also, there's tennis courts up there. The Murgatroyd and I go and play tennis from time to time. I'm quite surprised that she hasn't suggested it this week, actually. Maybe I'll suggest it when she gets home. I'll say Murgatroyd, Murgatroyd. When was the last time that we played tennis? And she'll go, ooh. And then I'll say, put your togs on. Let's go and have a game of tennis now. I'm turning right now into the square. And there's a couple of things here of note. The theatre, yes. The Beggars Theatre. Very nice little venue. They host some interesting things there. And then there's the big clock tower and various takeaway outlets. And there is the Workies, as I mentioned, the Working Men's Club. Cheap beer, pool and crap TV. They're always having the, I don't know what it is anymore, like MTV on music videos all day long. Oh, there's a memorial monument here for the people who died in the wars. And this is the road that leads out of Millom and up onto the A595, connecting Millom to Whitehaven and Workington in the north, and Barrow and the M6 over to the east. But for now, I'm going to get up a little bit of speed so I can ascertain whether or not the microphone has a speed threshold for picking up the sound without wind noise. And here's our Nazi speed limit sign. Off we go. 2 wheels. Now, of course, at the moment I have no speedometer, but this feels like about 50. So that will tell me whether or not I'm going to be able to use this system on fast roads. We will see. Just checking my microphones.